All right. Turned up the gain on the microphone and then turned down the level on OBS. Let me know how you think that sounds. This is Eric Allen. And this is Holistic Life Consultants live stream. We are the Life Coach on several different platforms. Check this out. We are the Life Coach Insta on Instagram. We are the Life Coach on YouTube. We are the Life Coach Twitch on Twitch. And as always, you can become a member by coming to www.holisticlifeconsultants.com. So we have an interesting Thursday, I think, lined up for you today. If you've been around for the rest of the week, we're kind of talking about a lot of... I'll turn this down a little bit more. We were talking about a lot of different negative things or things to look out for. Today, I hope to give you some information on some positive things. Some things to help you, and some good definitions that will make us stronger and better and hopefully introspective about both of those things. I do have guys, I have the coffee maker in the office working. I have decaf dark roast and decaf hazelnut coffee. Put those things into the Melita coffee maker and brewed myself some fresh coffee. And I got a new mug of the day, which is my TARDIS mug, Behold, in all of its glory. It even has a top to keep your coffee hot. We're not going to be using that for the most part because I'm going to want to access this. And I have more freshly brewed coffee ready to go. So I'll probably do a BRB LOL at some point during the stream, which I haven't really been able to do because I just had thermoses. This is unfettered coffee. It's untouched by the dirty fingers and hands of thermoses. It's just fresh brew. So here we go. Here's a sip to everybody who's already here on your Thursday evening. Eastern Standard Time, 8 o'clock. Cheers. It's so much better freshly brewed. It's just so much better. Ah, God, that's good. Yesterday, I'm not going to lie, I had coffee from McDonald's delivered here because I was literally coming from a previous meeting and venue, and it was like 35 minutes away, and there was just no time for me to get anywhere where I could get coffee. There was no place to pick it up, and it was just atrocious. I mean, man, it was lukewarm. I started the show late because I had to wait for the person to come deliver these two large cups of coffee that they both were spilling everywhere because it was just 2 cups of coffee this poor guy is delivering. And it was terrible. I think I took I drank it because I'm that guy and I'll drink it, but I didn't enjoy it. And I think you probably could tell. I did get a text message later in the evening. It was bad. It was just really bad. This is just phenomenally better. Plus, there's the ASMR. I remember we used to do this back in the day. Hold on. Let me pause this. Here you go. There's your ASMR for the day for all you weirdos. I'm here for you too. I am also weird. So not weird like that. I don't understand you and why you watch those videos of people just doing things that make quiet noises, but I'm here for you in spirit in general about the weirdness. We're going to get through it together, I guess. How are you? How is everybody? Checking the chat on Facebook, also checking the multi-stream chat, which I know for sure does Twitch as well as YouTube. So feel free. Today is hopefully more of an interactive day because I don't have a guest, which that's on me. I didn't get anybody else set up for today. It's just been a crazy week of getting other things set up and ready. So I just am hopefully going to have enough great content for you all to grab onto, hopefully discuss with other people, talk about with your friends, discuss amongst yourselves. And so, yeah, it's with questions and things like that, it'll hopefully be more entertaining too. So anyway, I'd love to dive in. I don't think I'm missing anything. If you know anybody who is getting ready for college and they're going to be a senior next year, they're late, but better late than never. Let me know or let them know to contact me, and I will point them in the right direction as to what to do. Just like a public service announcement. All right, so let's talk right away. Let's get in here and talk about Fortitude. So there's several definitions I looked up for today, and I chose them on purpose because the places that I got them from have the more specific definitions that I was looking for in terms of like what to talk about today. So, hello, Miss Nick. Oh, you're on Twitch today. Usually you've been on YouTube, but how are you? Cheers to you. I have freshly brewed coffee today, Miss Nick. I don't know if you know that, but if you just came in, I was bragging about it before. And now I'm talking about fortitude. So fortitude, the definition of fortitude from the Merriam-Webster dictionary, which I'm going to zoom in because it doesn't look like you can see that, especially if you're like on your phone. There we go. How's that? So fortitude. Ooh, can we do? We're going to do it.
Fortitude.
Oh.
Fortitude.
They actually say it correctly. I love it. Switching it up today? Yeah, that makes sense. Do it. You do you. You switch up. Switch right up. So the definition of
fortitude
is strength of mind that enables a person to encounter danger or bear pain or adversity with courage. With courage. So this is just such a beautiful definition because it has some of my favorite words, which I'm going to let you know what those are right now. Obviously, strength. I love the word strength. I love the word adversity. I love the word courage. And I love the word pain. And in fact, bear pain, B-E-A-R, I always had struggled in middle school and like really junior high with which bear it is. Like, are you bearing pain, B-A-R, like bearing your teeth, B-A-R-I-N-G? Or are you bearing pain like bearing from Australia, B-E-A-R-I-N-G, bearing pain? Well, Merriam-Webster seems to think that it's B-E-A-R, so you could be a bear about pain. I don't know. It's just that I find that funny. That there's two different ways to say bear. The English language is stupid. This is
fortitude.
And it's one of my favorite things to talk about. There's other words that are associated with that. I'm not going to spoil literally weeks of content that I'm going to be giving you by talking about all those words. But I really want to focus on fortitude. Because fortitude is something that you do not hear anywhere unless you're playing an RPG, especially if you're playing like Dungeons and Dragons. If you're not playing D&D or you're not playing some kind of like RPG, fortitude is almost nowhere in any sort of publication. It's nowhere in any sort of pop culture. It's certainly not in any television show that you see. It's not in any Netflix special. It's not in really even in movies anymore. I mean, it came up in action flicks in the 90s and like Western movies, but fact check me if you know something recently that you've watched in regular media, I will say, in some sort of high value production media that uses the word fortitude correctly, please let me know. I'd love to be wrong on that because I think this word is an endangered species. This is an endangered word. And the reason why I think that is because it's a dangerous thing to have. And I think that one of the things that will change society as a whole, but really change your life, is being more dangerous. And not dangerous in like a crazy, like violent way. Dangerous in a hard to break way. In a hard to control and manipulate way. That's the thing that people who are in charge of marketing firms and advertising companies and major corporations and government agencies fear the most. Is a population that is not easily swayed, not easily broken, and not easily manipulated. So it makes sense that they would never really want to broadcast this beautiful word, this wonderful, very good word to have to hold on to and to value. Strength of mind. That's right there. Boom. First three words. Loving it. Loving it. Strength of mind. Have you thought about making your mind stronger? People talk about the gym. I get this all the time with like people come to me, they want to lose weight, they want to get stronger, run faster, jump higher, and you know, they want to do things physically better. Not a lot of people come up to me and say, you know, it's my New Year's resolution, or I'm a year older, and you know what I'd really like to be is stronger in my mind. I'd like to think clearer. I'd like to be able to handle adversity better. I'd like to be able to handle differing opinions better. I'd like to be able to handle emotional distress better. And I'd like to really be able to sleep at night knowing that I'm doing the best things that I can. I never really hear that. It's just not on the table. It's not something that we value. Are you guys seeing my camera blip on and off? It's really distracting me. I'm not loving that. Maybe if I turn that off. Are we really auto-focusing? Because it doesn't look like it's very focused. But I guess we are. Okay. I'm going to try to autofocus here, but I'm not loving the blipping of the camera, and I'm not sure if you guys know, if anybody knows, please comment what the heck is going on with both of my cameras are kind of blipping out. It used to just be the one. Now it's two of them that are sort of blipping in and out, and it's like it'll flicker a zoom in and then out. Like, I'm just really not sure what's going on there. So I turned off low light compensation. Hopefully that changes it, but I don't know. Let me know if you know anything about how this stuff works. That would be fantastic, because I don't know what I'm doing wrong, and I keep changing the settings, and it's not doing much. So, being dangerous. Being dangerous to the right people and being dangerous in the right way requires strength of mind. And what's funny is that this definition says strength of mind that enables a person. Meaning, if you are strong in your mind, this now unlocks a new superpower. It unlocks a new feature where you can encounter danger or bear pain or bear adversity with courage. Holy shit. Man, this Fortitude stuff sounds great. Like, sign me up for some of this. Like, imagine being better able to bear pain. Meaning, like, you know, because obviously we know that pain happens. Pain's a part of life. Life is pain. You know, not to Princess Bride you, but there's a lot of pain involved and suffering involved in life. Whether that is discomfort because it's hot out and you had to go do something in the heat, or it's the pain of being in a gym and lifting weights, or like doing a million burpees, or if it's the pain of having to deal with somebody who's really stupid at work and just your ears grate at the sound of this idiot's voice, and it's just always the worst thing that you could hear, and they always chime in at the worst time. There's a lot of different types of pain that just happen in life. And imagine being able to bear that pain because you're stronger of mind. Your mind is stronger. So it unlocked this feature where now you can bear that pain with courage. So you don't dread Monday because you have an appointment with annoying McAnnoyingson, but you actually just you have the courage. You're like, boom, I'm going in. Of course, like, I'm gonna barrel ass into work and I'm gonna make things happen, and I don't care about annoying face. Like, stupid Bodie McBoatface is gonna have to deal with himself. Or being able to encounter dangers. There's a lot of things that are dangerous in life, a lot of things that are risky. I have a client right now. We just spoke to their attorney about a pretty important case that we're going through for this client, and basically they were told, like, hey, you can move forward with this, and you know you're right, and you know, like, what you're doing is just, and you deserve to have this remedy for this problem another person's caused you. But there is an element of risk involved where actually, even though you came forward as a victim, you could actually have a permanent problem on your record because you came forward if you let this go all the way to the end. And my client, to his credit, he showed that he could encounter that danger with courage because he said, I'm willing to take some risk. And that's a dangerous thing for a person in his position. He's willing to take some risk. He had the fortitude built up. We've worked on this. You know, he's become stronger as a person. And now that he's stronger in mind, he is willing to say to this attorney, yup, I understand the risks. Thank you for letting me know what the risks are. Let's go. Let's get ready for war. We're going to war. I mean, I love this guy. Like this guy's the man. He has grown so much, and he's become stronger of mind. This same person would not have been able to do that, not even like 6 months ago. Oh my God, Cupcake! Hey, it's so good to see you too. How's it going? Oh, it's awesome to see you. You still have the little choo-choo train next to your name, too. That's awesome. Man, that's really good to see you. We're talking about Fortitude today. It's been a minute. I already did the double sip, just so you know. We're trying to bring some good traditions back, so I did the double sip. I've been great. Very busy and changing up the whole way that we do this live stream and the whole this whole process. I mean, you'll see. Like I kind of have a different format now. It's a little bit more formal, but I'm still doing some nonsense like
Fortitude.
And obviously, so some things are still the same. I don't know. Oh, you're currently at work. Oh, well, don't tell your boss that you're talking about Fortitude with somebody else, because I was actually just talking about like having the strength to bear the pain of somebody who's really stupid at work. Like, it is a really good thing to be able to handle. Aw, Cupcake. Well, I think that you're kind and wonderful too. You are amazing. I'm following you on Instagram, and I love seeing your pictures and how happy you are in your life. It's just really good to see you all the time. So thank you for being on here. It's really good to see you on here. I hope more people, from back in the day kind of pop on and hang out. Like it's always more fun when there's people to hang out with and talk to. So I hope that you don't have those stupid people that you have to bear the pain of listening to. But if you have that fortitude, which I'm sure you do, you can have the courage to know you're going to see that person and still be like, yeah, and I'm going to work and I'm going to be a baller. So that was kind of the example that I put it on there. No, I'm really glad you did. And it's going to be, I'm on YouTube too now, on The Life Coach on YouTube. So if you want to see the video, I'm going to be taking the VODs off every week, but I'm going to keep them, I'm going to clip the videos and keep them on YouTube for live streams so that you can see them whenever you want. So you don't have to be on the live stream to watch it. So anytime that you want to see some of the older ones, like I have 3 from last week, and this is my 3rd one this week. So just, check them out when you have time. You don't have to, I appreciate you being here. I love you being here. But if you want to check it out when it's not live, you can do that too. So the other thing that I was saying is, like, imagine being able to encounter adversity with courage. And adversity is also, it's something that we find in life literally all the time. Like, adversity, people don't want you to succeed. There's that jerk that just always picks on you at school, and then there's a jerk that picks on you at work, and there's some family member who's always got to one-up you, or there's, even like a parent that feels like jealous of you and kind of wants to hold you back. There's all kinds of weird adversity that you're going to face in life. There's going to be adversity because of what you look like. There's going to be adversity because of your gender. There's going to be adversity because of your haircut. There's going to be adversity because of your degree. I mean, I can't tell you how many times in where I grew up, if you said that you wanted to be in psychology, there was a lot of adversity for that. And even when I say life coaching, still people give some pushback. It's not like people are just automatically like, oh, yay, you're a life coach? That's great. That's super useful. And nobody's ever done anything bad with that before. There's plenty of people who've made it difficult to say that you're a legitimate life coach. But imagine having that strength of mind where you can then bear that adversity with courage, like where you're the happy warrior. I love that phrase too, happy warrior, because it's not like you're not going to battle, but you have courage. You're not dreading the battle. You're going in, you are the danger. Like hopefully you're not Walter White, but you are the danger. You are going in with courage, and you're rocking this out. And this all comes down to having strength of mind. And it's something that we don't talk about. It's something we don't practice. You see people in gyms all the time on TV, in movies, in music videos, in everything. People are at the gym all the time. On Instagram, there's always people at the gym. They're either doing yoga poses on the beach in some weird position that you can't even understand why they're doing that, so close to that cliff edge, and dear God, she's going to fall. Or you see guys at the gym and they're like, yeah, I'm going to do like a bazillion reps of this thing because that makes me strong. Great. I'm not even dissing that. I think it's fantastic. But what you don't ever see on Instagram is all of these influencers saying, man, I sat through and read a technical manual for the car I want to fix because I want to be able to do that. Or sat through a meeting today and it was really long and boring, but I took notes until the end. Or like they're saying things like, I started to doubt myself today, so I started writing out the reasons why I shouldn't have to doubt myself. I don't see that. I mean, maybe you guys do, but I don't. Again, please prove me wrong and send me all of those people. I'd love to see all those people and everything that they have to say. That would be fantastic. But I don't see it. It's not something that's celebrated. I do want to talk a little bit about what is celebrated. Welcome to frailty.
Frailty.
Ooh, that is a weird voice.
Frailty.
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 That's terrible. So frailty. What is frailty? Again, I chose dictionary.com on purpose, so I'm choosing all these different places intentionally. So the number one, it says the quality or state of being frail. Well, that's super helpful. So we'll look that up too. Don't worry, I'll click on that. You know you want me to. Number two, moral weakness. Liability to yield to temptation, which is why I picked this definition. Number three, a fault resulting from moral weakness. So let me click on frail. Frail.
Frail.
I love how it says that.
Frail.
Frail. Who does that sound like? Hold on.
Frail.
You know those videos that, like the spotted owl? Hold on. Like the goofy, like nature video. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's like a funny nature video. True facts, here we go. So, this is what this guy's voice reminds me of. I'm just totally sidetracking right now.
True facts about the owl.
So you just heard that. True facts about the owl. Now listen to this.
Frail.
Isn't this the same guy?
Frail.
And then let's go back to frailty.
Frailty. Frailty.
It's the same guy.
Baby owls are called owlets.
Frailty.
It's the same guy. Also, this True Facts About the Owl is hilarious, and I'm not going to play it totally on here because you should go watch it and give it more views, even though it already has like 19 million. You know, go watch that again. But that's what this guy's voice reminds me of. So anyway, let's go back to frail. Sorry, I get sidetracked. So frail. And then there's frailer or frailist. Ooh, you could be the frailist. Probably not a contest you want to win. Having delicate health, not robust, weak, easily broken or destroyed, fragile, morally weak, easily tempted. Now, we don't use the word frail because it's a bit insulting. Like, it's not something that you would like want to call somebody. But we've dressed up these definitional terms. We've repackaged them and we've celebrated them. So you will see a ton of movies and shows and Hulu specials and Netflix specials on people who are of delicate health, who are not, in fact, robust, although I have seen several robust individuals, and weak. You see a lot of people who are weak and easily broken or destroyed. So people who can be injured or offended or damaged very easily. I mean, it's like these like kids sitcom shows that they do. They're all very easily destroyed. They're all very fragile. And then you see a ton of things where everybody's morally weak and easily tempted. And they don't really dig in and like, there's not like this dun-dun-dun moment about like, hey, that's a bad thing. It's usually like, oh, well, yeah, that's the thing that they did and they got tempted and now it's going to cause a plot point. But there's not like a moral to the story. It's not like anybody comes back around and says like, you know, like the old Full House and they're like, well, if you weren't a greedy little bitch, you probably wouldn't have had a bad day today. Like it doesn't really do that. So, older slang, sometimes offensive, a term used to refer to a girl or a woman, or also old people are often referred to as frail. That was a lot of the other definitions that I found. They talked about it being a slang for somebody who's older and weaker. But frailty seems to be in shows and movies a lot more. We understand people who are weak in their health, people who are weak in their mind, people who are weak morally, who are fragile, easily broken, easily destroyed. And it's interesting to me, and again, let me know in chat if I'm totally off base and you're not seeing any of this, but I see this all the time. Morally weak people, easily destroyed people, it's everywhere. It's in books, it's in movies, it's in video games now. You see people who are just constantly so weak. They're just so pathetic. Like there's so many weak people, there's so much weakness, and it's not being called what it is. Like you're not seeing these people being called frail. You're not seeing these people being called morally weak. And morally weak, I just want to be clear, like what's interesting about the definition of frailty is that it's moral weakness, the liability to yield to temptation, and a fault resulting from moral weakness. So it's like really like not having any like if you're not an upstanding person. So in other words, like if you don't have the integrity to stand up to adversity, for instance. In fact, you can look at the definition of fortitude and look at the definition of frailty, almost like somebody set this up. Who did that? It was me. You can put these two things together, and they really are almost polar opposites. Somebody who is lacking fortitude is frail. And so it's that moral weakness that makes them weak of mind. It means they're easily influenced, easily tempted. That's the thing about easily broken, easily destroyed, fragile, easily tempted. What this means is that if you don't have any fortitude, you're going to be frail. And we see all of this frailty in everywhere, that it's dripping from everywhere in media. It's dripping from stories and blog spots and like opinion pieces and articles in WAPO and New York Times of all of this weakness. Like people who just cannot get over small infractions. People who are so easily tempted that they have to ruin everything for everybody. Easily manipulated, easily told what to do, easily controlled. Because they're not strong of mind. If you're not strong of mind, you are frail. And a baby frail is a frailette. No, that's not true. But you really are frail. And that's why I just believe, and this is just my opinion, I think that it is an intentional thing to leave out fortitude and not have moral lessons and strong people that are strong of mind, and they present and encounter danger, pain, and adversity with courage. But we see all kinds of examples of weak people, but we don't really, nobody's ever down on them for being weak. We actually we call them, other things that are not offensive. You look at your Marvel movies, like these people have superpowers and they're still so easily broken. They're easily destroyed. One little thing happens to them and it's like, you're a superhero, and you're just like sitting here crying, and it's like, dude, like you literally are a superhero, and they're weak of mind. That's the problem. They have no fortitude. Why did people actually like Loki so much? Because Loki had a lot of fortitude. Loki's been through some things. He's seen some things. Loki was strong of mind. He was a manipulator. He was very smart. And he was able to trick. He was the trickster. And he encountered a lot of pain. And he succeeded through adversity, and he survived danger. So oddly enough, the villains tend to have more fortitude than all the heroes because they're strong of mind. They have a strength of mind. Thanos had a strength of mind. His willpower was unbreakable. He had this one vision. He was going to do things. He had the fortitude to carry out against danger, against pain, and against adversity. And his courage was so rock solid that he just seemed, he literally said, I'm inevitable. I mean, like, talk about courage. He's very full of the knowledge that he's going to follow through with what he wants to have done. The villains have fortitude. And the superheroes have petty drama between them because they're weak of mind. And we celebrate the heroes and we beat the bad guys. So even in our movies, frail people win, and the people with fortitude end up losing. That's just weird. I don't know. It's weird. I just think it's weird. Weird. Anyway.
Frail.
Frail. So, the last thing I want to talk about, well, not the second to last thing. The last thing is kind of fun, but the second to last thing I want to talk about is delayed gratification. So, oh my God, the camera's really flipped. It's freaking out. I don't like it. I'm going to turn this off. Maybe if I reset it. Did that work? Seems to be okay for now. If it flips out again, I'm going to do it again. I think my computer is dying in slow motion. That is very unfortunate. All right, so while we still have a computer to do a live stream, let's talk about delayed gratification. How do you pass the marshmallow test? I'm not going to get into the marshmallow test. But what is delayed gratification? So this article talks about what it is. This is written by positivepsychology.com. I chose that on purpose. I think it's a good website. They have a lot of good articles. This one's from 2019. It's not that long ago. So what is delayed gratification? Self-control, self-regulation, a lot of times they're used interchangeably and inconsistently, which is, I agree with. This is part of the reason why I'm talking about this. So the ability to delay an impulse for an immediate reward to receive a more favorable reward at a later time is the standard definition of delayed gratification. So the ability to delay reward is present in highly successful people. It's part of why we're talking about this, because successful people can handle this. They can do this. So what delayed gratification is, it's the ability to pause and not just act immediately on your impulse, whatever that impulse is, and settle down for a second and think about the long-term benefits of what you could do differently, and then doing that different thing that you actually planned out. It turns out with better results, and that's why successful people do this. But what does it take for somebody to delay their immediate impulse being fulfilled or gratified? That's it. The only way you can delay gratification is if you have a strong mind, because it is an adversity. It's a challenge to delay your gratification. That's a challenge. So with further investigation, the umbrella term self-regulation has beneath it the construct of self-control. Beneath self-control is a continuum of separate constructs that include impulse control and ego resiliency. Ooh, sounds fancy. Gratification delay holds the space between these two constructs in the continuum. So then they talk about the initial theories on it, and anyway, the point of delayed gratification, I'm not getting too scientific about it. I want to get very general about this, something you can talk to other people about, and let's get some examples of delayed gratification. So the idea is you are strong of mind, you have the fortitude to say no to my immediate impulse. Yes, I'm going to plan something out and get a better outcome. That's delayed gratification. Okay, so let's talk about some examples. Food. With a 37.7% obesity rate and chronic diseases, delayed gratification and the implications of fast food culture are of the utmost concern. Sure, American Cancer Society has linked time constraints and the lack of forward thinking to the decrease in people eating healthy, home-prepared food. So, simple example is you want to eat right now. You're not really thinking ahead. You're going to feel like crap when you eat this. So you go to McDonald's. It requires considerable effort to override the instant gratification of satiating or satisfying your hunger. Low nutrient food that is readily available is in favor of better overall health. Because your health is like a long-term thing. You don't get healthier in like a day if you eat healthy. You don't get like totally unhealthy in a day if you eat unhealthy. So it's like, it's a slow burn. So every time you eat just crap because it's available, it's like, it's so easy. And it's like every individual instance is not that bad. So it's really hard to delay gratification when it comes to food. Healthy food intake requires eating a smaller slice of cake once in a while instead of ingesting the whole cake. Who is eating whole cakes? Who are you? Raise your hand. Who are you people? You monsters. Who's doing this? Food habits add up quickly, and a healthy lifestyle will always serve someone better than a quick fix or a fad diet. Yeah, fad diets suck too. We're going to talk about that in the upcoming weeks, but diets suck. Fad diets are the worst, and none of them ever work because you always end up getting off diets because the whole point of a diet is that it's temporary, and if you don't change your lifestyle, people, places, and things, you're going to keep doing your addictive pattern of crappy eating forever and ever, amen, and you're never really going to feel good about yourself. So, delayed gratification requires fortitude. So fortitude with your food. It's very hard, but you can practice delayed gratification with food. It will make you healthier. Physical pleasures. So we're talking about addictions here. Get your mind out of the gutter. Overcoming addiction takes increased levels of delayed gratification and vast improvements in self-awareness. And that's Mueller 2009, performed a study in that regard examining the cessation of smoking. That's some crazy stuff. You just ate a giant cookie. But did you eat a whole cake? This is what I want to know. Who are the cake eaters? The entire cake eater. I just imagine just eating an entire cake, and I can't do it. I mean, I'm not really a dessert person, but I mean, I guess, I don't know. I'd replace that with an entire tomahawk steak. Then yes, I raise my hand to that. That's what I do. So yeah, the experiment reinforced abstinence with increasing, consistent, and decreasing monetary rewards. The most reinforcing results were the increasing monetary reward, showing that consistently and incrementally reinforcing abstinence will produce more significant results in delayed gratification. So you can quit smoking. I know that sounds crazy, but there is a way to do it with this type of reinforcement and cessation plan, and actually has a lot to do with saving money and putting money in a jar and then having that money. It really does help to quit smoking. It can be done. You can talk to your doctor about it. It really is a lot better than it used to be. You're not just given like some Nicorette and told to like settle down and go cold turkey. There is a plan. It can be done, but it does take a modicum of fortitude. So imagine that you could improve your fortitude. Imagine that there was a person who could help you increase your fortitude. Then all of these things become more possible. None of them become like super easy, but they become much more possible the stronger you are in your mind. Just saying. All right, social interactions. As we know, adolescent brains grow faster in the emotional portion than the logical portion. Don't I know that? Delaying the gratification of social engagement in favor of long-term academic goals is a good example. So this is like college students have this happen all the time. They way overvalue going out and hanging out every single party, every single time, because they're going to miss out, and then they're not going to be popular, and everything's going to fall apart, and everything's going to be terrible, and their life's going to be over, and they're going to have to drop out, and everybody's going to hate them, all that. And none of that's true. But that's what they believe. So it's one of the struggles that we have is in trying to get kids to recognize that you don't have to go to every one. Long-term academic success is going over and over again to your desk, to the library, to the commons, and getting work done. And then you can go to any party you want, and it'll always be fun. But you have to delay a decent amount of gratification to not go every day. And if you're not strong enough mentally before you go to college, you're going to have a rough time in college. Just saying. There's a very high dropout rate for freshmen every year. And then achievement. Work ethic varies from person to person. High achievers choose to work for long-term goals consistently. It's consistent work over time. That's one of my favorite phrases. Avoiding distraction, staying self-motivated, and having a strong connection with why the goal is important are key examples of delaying gratification in favor of long-term achievement. Not really. I don't think anything that was just said there is true, but they're all great concepts, and we'll talk about them. We'll break them down, but none of those have to do with delayed gratification. If delayed gratification is that you know those things, but you have to still get over your desire to go screw around and do something else instead of continuously and consistently pursuing your goals. So, an example of this, I could easily take off today. I did not have a guest. There's much less stuff to talk about today. It's not going to be a super long stream today, but it could have been, I could have just been like, it's a wash, whatever. I'll take some time off. I'll relax. I'll just like hang out. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Thursdays are always long for me. They start very early. But there is this achievement that I'm looking for, like long term, to have a lot of people here, to be talking, to have like a really robust chat and do a lot of good. Do a lot of good work, help a lot of people, and at least gives people something to talk about every day. At least 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there's an achievement aspect to this where I'm going to consistently work towards it, but it's got to be every time I have to be able to face down the desire, the temptation to just not do it. One of the reasons why I stopped doing live streams a year ago was because I couldn't commit to it time-wise. And I didn't want to be inconsistent. I hate inconsistency. So this time around, when I decided to come back to the live streaming world, one of the things that I said to myself was, I am committing to this time, so it is the time that it is happening. That's it. I might change the schedule, but I am committed to 3 days a week. It's just happening. It's happening every week. It's going to be consistent so that the same people who have the same availability can come the same time every day. They know what to expect. It's going to be here for them to hang out. It's something for them to listen to and chill out and get work done to listen while they're doing it. That's the whole point. I want that consistency over time, and I'm committed to doing it, so I'm not going to that's why I wasn't going to start until I knew I could continue. Hey, Rainbow Paint. Welcome back. Thank you. I saw you were streaming too. That's friggin' fantastic. I just saw Cupcake earlier today too. We got Miss Nick in the chat, I think, on and off too, in Twitch chat too. She was in YouTube chat before. But yeah, we're talking about fortitude, frailty, delayed gratification, and I have like a little special bonus thing that I'm going to talk about after my coffee break, because I do have brewed coffee in the office. Also, one of the things that I realized, just so you guys know, I realized I actually hate how this looks, how this stream looks. I have a beautiful studio and office area, and I'm facing the camera towards the wall. So I have to actually move my desk to the other side that it's from where it's at now, and then I have to turn it around and then face the camera out towards the office so everybody can see how nice it is, because I really do love my office. Plus, you'll be able to see the coffee, and maybe I can zoom in and I can do a coffee. When I put it together and do the whole thing, you can like see me do it. Is it instant gratification because cupcakes? Well, I was talking about eating a whole cake. Actually, this article was talking about eating an entire cake. Like, it's right here. It says, for food, healthy food intake requires eating a smaller slice of cake once in a while instead of ingesting the whole cake. And I don't know who these cake eaters are. Like, who is eating the entire cake? Like, yes, a cupcake. Yes, of course. But who's eating whole cakes? Like, who's getting a wedding cake and eating the whole thing? So, yeah, I just thought that was pretty funny. So, eating slices of cake, I guess, is part of that. But delayed gratification, why is it so important? Again, successful people delay gratification. Successful goal attainment. Most things, a whole pizza, I could see. Yeah, sorry. I don't think that has anything to do with delayed gratification. That's a long-term goal, to have as much pizza become a part of my body for my entire life. That's a long-term achievement. That's a long-term goal. And I feel proud of myself for working towards that goal. I haven't eaten a whole pizza in a long time, but I think I could eat a whole small pizza. I don't think that's even that difficult. I could eat a whole stromboli or calzone Like a buffalo chicken calzone, I could do one of those. And again, I feel proud to put as much buffalo chicken into my body as I can. Probably not the healthiest thing, but it is. I do actually, seriously, I do delay gratification with buffalo chicken, because if I just ate buffalo chicken every time I wanted to, it would be every day. I would just eat it every day. That's the thing that I would eat. I'd be like 400 pounds, and I would just be eating buffalo chicken 3 times a day. But I don't. That's a lot of adversity that I'm facing. That's some mental strength right there, because I do not have it every day. I don't even have it every week. Sometimes I have it twice in a week, though, because reasons. Every time to avoid giving into a craving. Yeah, yeah, you're building up resistance. That's what I do. Honestly, with buffalo chicken, that is 100% true. Because when I was younger, like when I was in high school, I could get wings like 4 days a week. Yeah, so it doesn't just get smaller. It gets the addiction part of your brain is being rewired with other stuff. So, like your brain, your brain doesn't shrink or grow, but the parts of the brain get used because of like brain plasticity. It starts to get used by other things. And also, there is a genetic component of addiction that does require some sort of satiation, but you can move to more, I would say, productive addictions. If you have an addictive personality, that's your personality. You're not ever going to not be addicted to anything. But like there are definitely habits that you can form that certainly make you have a healthier life, despite the fact that you have an addictive personality. So it's kind of, I don't know. I look at it, that's not that big a deal. It's like people having anxiety. It doesn't mean you're fundamentally broken or anything just because you have anxiety. You manage it and you work with yourself and you make things happen. You give yourself some grace and credit. Same thing with like diabetes. Just because you have diabetes doesn't mean that like, it's like, yeah, you're never going to be able to regulate your own blood sugar. I mean, maybe I saw some promising research actually in that, but if you can't regulate your blood sugar, that is not like some kind of fault of yours, and your body just doesn't work the same way as everybody else's, so you have to manage it. So you figure out insulin and you figure out diet and things, and you manage that. So there are aspects to mental issues that are not able to be eliminated, I would say. You don't just eliminate that part of your brain, but you can mitigate most, if not all, of the negative aspects of it and turn it into something productive. So there's delayed gratifications in relationships. Divorce rates may be an indicator of problems in delayed gratifications. No shit. But anyway, delayed gratification has a lot of benefits, not just for relationships. And I'm not going to talk about the marshmallow study. I don't actually find it to be that interesting. And this is very long. Like, you can read it. Honestly, there's a book, The Marshmallow Test, Mastering Self-Control. It's fine. You can read it. You can read the article. You can read the research article on this. It's out there, and it's from like the 70s. And again, it's not that exciting. It's basically about like having kids not eat a marshmallow. Like you leave the room while the marshmallow's there, and they're told if like they don't eat the marshmallow, they get like 2 or something later. Sometimes they're not told, whatever. It was an interesting study. It is important. It was foundational for delayed gratification. I'm not downplaying the study. I just don't want to read it again because I've gone through it like 4 times. So please feel free to read it. You can go to positivepsychology.com/delayed-gratification and you can read all about it. It's very fun. Okay, so we are going to do a quick break unless anybody has any other questions about delayed gratification, how that has to do with beating frailty by increasing your and anything else related to that. Yeah, I think I did. I think I summed it up. I'm going to do a BRB LOL because I'm going to refresh this beautiful coffee mug. This TARDIS is going to get filled because it is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. And it holds a lot of coffee. So anyway, we're going to put some music on for a sec. And I will be right back with some new coffee. right, we are back. You love the TARDIS mug? I love the TARDIS mug. It's just one of my favorite mugs. And I'm going to be bringing most of the mugs back. I have the Darth Vader mug. I think it's on a shelf right now. But I'm going to put probably most of my mugs. I have 2 bookshelves over here that I'm going to put pretty much all the mugs on. You know, even though it's decaf, and I just said this the other day, that I think decaf tastes different than, here, let me pause this. I think decaf tastes different than regular coffee. It's not as good. I'm just going to throw that out there. I don't think it is. And I don't have my pumpkin spice today. I forgot. I went to the store. That was the one thing I forgot to buy, is my own pumpkin spice shaker for the office. Duh, stupid. I'll get that before Tuesday of next week. Believe you me, I'm going to get some more pumpkin spice. Oh, yes. There will be pumpkin spice. And I will show, we're getting into fall, and I am going to eventually show that video of my pumpkin spice R. Kelly song. So don't worry. That'll come back up. But yeah, the TARDIS mug is for today, and then I'll be bringing that back. The Cthulhu mug. I have the R2-D2 mug, Darth Vader mug, my Simpsons mug. I have a Hello Pumpkin mug for fall, and I have some other mugs. I'll be cycling through them. I'll be circulating mugs. Don't worry. All right. It's nice. I like that I can drink this hot beverage. So, to give you an idea of my Thursdays, because you care. It is, I think Dunkin' actually started pumpkin spice yesterday. I think that was their official day that they started pumpkin spice in coffee. But it's Dunkin'. So, yeah. When Starbucks does it, I'll probably go there at least once and do one of their pumpkin spice things. But honestly, I like my pumpkin spice coffee the best because I don't like Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts coffee because I'm an enormous coffee snob. And I am just horrible and just like expensive things. But yeah, so my Thursdays start at 5:45 in the morning. I go to a meeting in the morning. I usually get there around 6:45. And I'm talking during the meeting, sometimes when I'm not supposed to, but I'm talking during the meeting. I do a quick presentation. Then I go and I have breakfast or whatever, one-to-one meetings with some other people. Then I'm talking from basically like 9 o'clock until maybe like 1 or 2. I mean, sometimes I'm not talking, but for the most part, usually I'm talking. And then I have meetings from usually 3 or 4 until about 6 or 7 o'clock. Sometimes I get a small break. Then I can run home, I can get a shower, I can shave, get ready for this meeting, and then I come on for 8 o'clock. And then I do this from 8 to 9 or 9:30. If I have a guest, it's probably going to go to 10. And as we grow and expand and I have more questions to answer and I have more people involved, it'll probably be a 2-hour stream. I can easily foresee myself doing that when there's more interaction. I understand that I'm starting from the ground up again. I don't mind it. I love it. I am the happy warrior. But for now, it's just a long day. It's a lot of talking all day. So a hot beverage is key to my success in being able to talk all day and all night. It really is. I mean, I don't really get sore throats, but I could feel one start to come on around this time of day when it's been a long week. It has been a long week, because it has been. It's been a long week. It's been a long couple of weeks of a lot of talking to a lot of people about a lot of things. So it's nice because I feel like I can really drink a lot of this because it's decaf. So that is one of the nice things. If I chug my strong-ass coffee that I get, my coffee brand coffee, that stuff I could feel it. Like, because if I drink enough of it where I feel like my throat is coated with warm beverage enough, I also start to get jittery. Like, I don't stay up. I could pass out after I drink coffee, but like I get shaky and I get jittery after drinking coffee from 5:40 or 6:30 in the morning until like 9:30 at night, because I'll drink it all day. So it is nice. It's nice to have some decaf that I can not worry about. All right, so I do want to go over one more thing. There is one thing. It's kind of a bonus thing. It's past 9, so I'm just going to do this. I'm going to try to wrap it up a little early tonight. But let's go to this, because this is cute. It's fun. I liked it. I was talking about meal planning with one of my clients earlier today. And I was talking about making it easy, but I just wanted to see if you could make it fun. And so this website kitchen spelled wrong, thekitchenspelledwrong.com is a really interesting way to make meal planning more fun. And it's cute, it's funny, it's not like super serious. I'm just going to run through quickly what it says because I like it. So it says, meal planning is kind of like the B word, budgeting. It sounds like a lot of work and not enough fun, but you know it's a good thing to do, which I think is true. I do think that's true of meal planning. If you have kids, if you have college, if you have life, you have your own meal planning is very good for you, but it sucks. So don't despair. We have 5 ways to actually make meal planning more fun. And we're kind of helping with your budget stuff too. If you meal plan, you'll save money by cutting out wasted food and cutting down on takeout orders, both of which are true, and kind of have to do with delayed gratification. So it kind of fits in, but it's just more fun, especially since number 1 is very scientific. Get a pretty notebook. I just think it's true. It's a scientific fact that they claim. Everything is more fun with a pretty notebook. I actually agree with this. I have a leather-bound notebook, and it makes everything more fun to write in it. I've given people letterhead that has funny stuff on the top or inspirational stuff, and it does make it more fun. So get a fun notebook. Get a pretty notebook. Get a cool notebook. It doesn't have to be pretty, but it could be cool. And yeah, you could be writing a list of things that you have to clean in the next 60 minutes, and it would be less painful if you were doing it on a gold foiled notebook rather than a boring yellow legal pad. Hold up. Don't talk shit about those yellow legal pads. That's like my whole junior high and high school in debate. Love those legal pads. That extra couple inches is a game changer. Those are the best notepads. I love yellow legal pads. I used to have hundreds of the back of them, like, because I would just tear off the pages every time we'd be done around. I used to have these, like, stuffed in my car, behind the seat. I have, like, 20, 30 of them everywhere. I just love legal pads, so don't talk shit about those. But I agree. Get a nice notepad. See? I love a pretty notebook. There's a person right there who gets it. She gets it. Do you get it? I get it. Have a nice, pretty notebook. Here's some suggestions. 10 notebooks that will actually make you want a meal plan. Here, let's open it in a new tab. "10 notebooks that will actually make you meal plan." Wow, there's a whole Pinterest on this. I have no idea what to eat. A meal planning pad for noting what I want to cook and eat because I have to make food every day. It is an eternal cycle. Oh, that's pretty funny. I like this one. I mean, borderline inspirational. I like the bug and it's leather. Oof. No. What are we doing here? Falco's is a funny family. What is even happening right now? Ever try to eat dog? No. Yeah, I mean, I really only like the first one. That's it. That's what we got. But, I mean, whatever. It does make sense. Get a notebook that you like. Pour yourself some wine. So this is one of those... It doesn't matter if it's wine. It could be whiskey. It could be a beer. Grab a beer. Whatever. It's just going to be more fun. See, they even say that here. Beer or a cocktail. Whatever. It just makes it more fun to do this stuff. Hang out with somebody that you actually like and that you can have a conversation with, and then it's more fun. And then number 3, get family involved. I mean, it depends on if they're actually going to eat what you're cooking or how big your family is. Like, so, kids, no. I just wouldn't do that. It's just going to be chicken nuggets and hot dogs. Include a new recipe that gets you really excited. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Find a recipe that makes you excited. Get you a good recipe. Or just something easy. So the one thing I would add to this is just something like a lot of easy stuff. And then include a night or two off. No, that's counterproductive. But anyway, those are just some fun things that it said about, making some kind of food planning. And I think that that's fun. That's really all I had for today. It's just like the bonus round. But, we did talk about a lot of stuff. So here you go. Ooh, W more you know. You must know a lot now. All right, so let's go back over here. And again, I'm opening it up a little bit for questions, but I do have a phone call. Right. So, Ms. Nick, I totally agree. I don't really feel like there's recipes that excite me. That's just not a thing. I don't get excited about recipes, especially recipes that have more than 3 ingredients. Not so much. But I do agree that there can be food that excites me. Like I said, buffalo chicken. And I make a pretty decent breadless buffalo chicken, which is pretty fantastic. But like meal planning could be like, yeah, I'm gonna have a banana and peanut butter in the morning. I mean, that's a plan. That excites me. I like that. Or like an avocado with salt. I'm gonna eat that. It's gonna be good. So it doesn't have to be like anything crazy. But I'm not big on that. If I have to cook it out. I mean, I guess if you have to eat it at all, if you have to cook it all, you're out. I mean, that doesn't seem right. I don't mind cooking. The issue with, I like frying pan cooking and I like slow cooker cooking because like you literally just drop stuff in there. You can put like, you know, some beef and some barbecue sauce and some potatoes and carrots and just put it in the crock pot, put it on low and slow, leave, come back home, done. Food's ready. That's awesome. That's good food. That's like good shit. But if it's like, yeah, I'm gonna cook like 5 different items, and for dinner I gotta make a salad, and then I gotta make a starch, and then I gotta have some bread on the side, or what? No, listen, I'm a 2-item dinner person for home. I want to make some kind of protein, like turkey, chicken, beef, whatever, and then I want to have like maybe a salad, maybe some sauerkraut, maybe like coleslaw, maybe just fruit. I don't know, just not 2 things. Like, why do I need so many things? I don't understand. It's not like the food pyramid makes sense. The food pyramid tells you to live off of bread. You can't live off of bread. I mean, what if you have like celiac or something? You can't live off of bread. It's like nonsense. I have anxiety. The slow cooker could catch on fire any minute. No, listen, that's just nonsense. That's not about anxiety. That's just an excuse not to use the slow cooker. I don't believe that at all. Slow cookers are great. They really are amazing. You can make pulled chicken. You can make just easy, like, corned beef. You can do, like, some sorts of stews or, like, some soups you can do in the slow cooker. It's really easy. I mean, you're just dropping ingredients in and you're letting it slow cook all day. I don't see how... That's a win, but man, that's like... You're not cooking at that point. There's a pot that's doing all the work all day, and you just come home and have food, and it smells good when you get home. Also, some soups. Make some soups. Makes your life better. It's a good time. It's a good day. So, yeah, like I said, I mean, that's really all I had for today. If you guys have anything that you want to ask me questions about, any topics you want to talk about, I'm happy to do that. I do have a call that I was going to try to get done at 9:30, and if I could do it a little earlier, I could be done for the day a little earlier, so selfishly, I'm thinking about doing that. But hey, I have the fortitude to make it until 10, so I don't care. If you guys want to talk, I'm happy to talk. I just wanted to throw that out there that I'm okay if we don't. I can be back on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have one too, but it's never been opened because I'm convinced I'll burn the place down accidentally. I don't understand how you could do that unless you have faulty wiring at your house, in which case everything is going to burn your house down. I mean, they're very simple machines. Like, any place that you can plug in like a toaster or a toaster oven or like an air fryer or a microwave, anything else that works there, it's the same amount of power to just put in a slow cooker. And if you're really worried about it, you could put like one of those outlet things on top of your outlet that has like its own like breaker on it, so it doesn't, like, if it gets to use too much power, it just pops and then it turns off. But yeah, I don't believe you for a second. What do you mean new things to worry about? It's not new things to worry about at all. It's the opposite. It's not, you should not be worrying at all about that. It's literally nothing to worry about. But yeah, happy to provide some extra anxiety for some of you out there about meal planning, apparently, and slow cookers. But I'm happy to have been here today. I'm happy to have talked about fortitude and frailty and all the things that I think are in part and parcel of what's important to lead a successful and happy life. Not just live your life, but to thrive, not just survive. There's tons of these topics. I'm going to be going over these for the next, probably year. Every one of these words and terms, there's so many of them. I hope that we can get through them all together. I hope I gave you guys something to look at, watch, talk about, and at least benefit from in some way. Try out some of the stuff that I talked about today. Think about, watch some things on TV, watch some things on Netflix and Hulu and YouTube. Try to find the word fortitude and have it celebrated. Try to find it not be the villain that has fortitude, and try to find heroes that are not frail, and get back to me. I'd love to see it in the comments section, especially if you're watching this and it's not live. Let me know. I'd love to see that. I hope that that's true. I hope that I am wrong, but I just think that I'm not wrong. And I think that the more that we talk about things like fortitude and we speak down on frailty and weakness, and we encourage people to get up and stand up and get stronger mentally, then the better off that we're all going to be. And the more dangerous we become to the right people in the right way. So anyway, this is Eric Allen and Holistic Life Consultants. This has been the live stream of the Life Coach. We're going to put on some ending scene over here. All right. We're going to play us some music to see us out. Thank you guys for being here, and I will see you next week on Tuesday.